You heard of Procreate, it's everywhere, every artist using it, but then you open it and boom, a black canvas. Terrifying, right? Don't worry, every beginner starts here. Alright, you open Procreate and let's start by setting up your canvas. If you want to create your own canvas, tap the little plus button here. You will see some presets options here, but let's make your own preset. Tap the plus again and you will get the canvas settings. Here is where you set your dimensions. You can type in whatever dimension you want. Just keep in mind your canvas size affects how many layers you can have. The bigger canvas means you will have less layers. For this tutorial, I'm making an Instagram preset, so I will set it to 1080 by 1920 pixels. For DPI, aim at least 300 DPI. That's a good standard for high quality work. Next, check out the color profile section. You will see RGB and CMYK. If your artwork is digital, stick with RGB, but if you are planning to print, choose CMYK. You can also set your time-lapse settings here, which control how your screen recording looks while drawing. And here's a nice little trick. You can rename your canvas preset, super handy if you want to use the same settings for Instagram every time. Once you saved it, go back to your gallery and you will see your new preset added to the list and ready to use. I love doing this because it saves so much time in future projects. Alright, next up, brushes. Tap on the brush icon and you will see many different brush sets. One of my favorites is dry ink brush. You can find it in the inking set. And let's grab that one. I'm just going to draw something here. You can adjust your brush size and opacity using the two sliders on the left side. The cool thing about digital brushes is how different they feel depending on your Apple Pencil pressure and angle. Okay, try this with me. Hold your pencil upright for a clean and sharp line, or tilt it sideways and you will get a nice shading effect. Press harder, the line gets thicker, and lighter touch, thinner line. Now here's a pro tip. If you find a brush size you really like, you can save it. Just pick your favorite size and tap the little plus symbol here and that mark will stay there. You can save up to 4 size or opacity marks for each brush. And if you ever want to remove one, just tap the minus symbol. That's all you need to start experimenting with brushes. Go ahead and play around a bit and see what fun effects you can create. Okay, my canvas is a little messy, so I want to clean it, so perfect time to show you a few shortcuts you will use all the time. Okay, 2-finger tap on the screen, and this is undo your last action. And 3-finger tap on the screen, and that's redo the last action. Hold 2 is a continuous undo, and hold 3 fingers to keep redoing continuously. 4-finger tap toggles full screen mode and hiding all the interface, and tap with your 4 fingers again to bring everything back. You can pinch to zoom in or out and rotate the canvas however you like. Alright, let's clear this canvas and move on. Alright, let's talk about reference images. You got 2 great options here. The first one uses split view. Tap the 3 dots at the top of your screen and choose split view and open another app, for example Pinterest. You can adjust the window size however you like, and if you're right-handed, you might prefer having your references on the left side. To do that, slide up from the bottom and you will see all the apps and drag the Pinterest app to the left side. And now you get both apps open side by side. The second option is even easier. Use Procreate's built-in reference window. Tap the wrench icon, go to Canvas and toggle on reference. A small floating window pops up. You can move it around or resize it. Now tap image and choose import and bring in your reference photo. You can drag from the corner to resize it, and if you want to make it full size, spray 2 fingers and decide your size. And to close it, just go back to the wrench icon and toggle reference off again. Another handy feature is quick shape. If you struggle with straight lines or perfect shapes, this one is a lifesaver. Seriously, this is a beginner hack that feels like magic the first time you use it. Draw a line and hold your pencil. Boom, straight line. Want precise angles? Add 1 finger and it locks to 15 degrees increments. Same for circles. Draw a messy circle, hold it and it snaps into a perfect ellipse. Add 1 finger and you get a perfect circle. You can even go to the top menu and tweak between ellipse or circle. You can also adjust the points to get the exact shape you want. Quick shape is one of those beginner hacks that makes your drawing feel instantly cleaner. One of the coolest things about digital art is layers. They give you so much control. Tap the layers icon to go to your layers, and you can rename a layer by tapping it. I will name this one sketch. Okay, now let's do a rough sketch of our dog. When you need to adjust your sketch, I suggest you to use the transform tool. It's the arrow icon here. You can resize, rotate, and move anything instantly. There are different modes. Freeform lets you stretch and transform freely. and uniform keeps proportions intact. You can turn on snapping or magnetics to help align things perfectly. Procreate is a pixel-based program, and when you move things around or change their shapes, it can actually distort your drawing. Under interpolation options, I suggest you to choose bicubic for smoother lines when transforming. This is especially useful if your lines start to look jagged after resizing. Once your sketch is ready, lower its opacity and create a new layer on top and start the line work. Think of layers like stacking clear sheets, and every layer has its own drawing. It gives you so much flexibility and super powerful once you get it. To create a new layer, tap the plus icon here, and to move them together, swipe right on each layer. Now they are all together and you can just use the transform tool to move it around. You go back to your layers and tap group to group them. Or you can tap on one of the layers and tap rename. Keeping your layers organized will save you a ton of time as you work. Or you can swipe left on a layer to duplicate it, or you can pinch two layers to merge them. To delete, swipe left again and tap delete. Okay, let's talk about coloring features. You can go to colors by tapping the color circle in the top right corner. It has 5 main tabs here. First one is Disk, a color wheel where you can pick up hue by rotating around the circle. It's great for quick, intuitive color picking. You can use 2 fingers sprayed to make it bigger or 2-finger pinch to make it smaller. Second one is Classic, gives more precise control than the Disk. You can adjust the hue at the top bar, then pick saturation and brightness below. Next is Harmony, is my favorite. It helps you find color relationships, complementary analogs, triadic, perfect for balanced palettes and color compositions, and see how these colors work together perfectly. Okay, next is Value. If you're working for someone and they give you exact numbers for your color, you can write your hex code here. Best for matching exact color or brand colors. And last one is Palettes. You can save and organize colors into palettes here. Just tap the plus icon here to create your own color palette. Then tap on your colors into your new color palette. Or you can choose a color from your canvas to add. To do that, tap and hold on the canvas that activates the eyedropper and pick the color, and then you can tap your color into your palette. And to delete one color from the palette, tap on the color and tap delete. To rename it, just tap here and write the name. Another tip, you can see your current default palette with blue tick at this section over here. You can change which palette appears there by choosing a new default palette. Procreate also remembers your last 10 used colors and shows it over here, which is very handy if you want to go back to same colors. Now I want to show you some coloring tricks. Start by drawing the outlines and then drop in the color. So what you're gonna do is just drag the color from the circle and drop it inside your shape. If it spills out, don't worry, it usually means your brush texture has tiny gaps or your lines aren't fully closed. You can edit your line work and try again. If it still goes everywhere, that's where color threshold comes in. Instead of dropping your color immediately, hold your pencil on the dropped color and slide left or right to adjust how much of the area gets filled. Make sure that the gap between the color and your outline isn't too large. Sliding right will eliminate the gap. To me, sweet spot around 70% usually works perfectly. Try sliding back and forth and you will see how easy it is to fix those little leaks and gaps. Another biggest coloring trick is alpha lock. So if you want to paint freely without crossing your lines, alpha lock is your go-to. It's perfect for adding shading, texture, or pattern. To activate alpha lock, go to your layers and select your layer and then tap alpha lock. Now you can paint freely inside your layer without messing the outlines. The only downside, if you erase it, the original art is gone. So if you want more control, I suggest you clip-in mask. Create a new layer on top, tap it and choose clip-in mask. Now you can paint freely inside the pixel of the base layer while keeping the bottom layer stay safe. The good thing is the clip layer can move, transform or contain multiple effects without altering the base layer and giving you a lot of freedom. Okay, I will continue adding more to the drawing. Alright, now let's speed up the color dropping. Normally I will draw the outlines and drop in colors one by one, but there is a faster way. So drop a single color, then tap continue filling at the top. Now you can just tap anywhere you want to fill. I keep drawing and coloring. After outlining all the flowers, I use clipping mask and continue filling again to quickly color them. And I work on the centers. As you see, continue filling is a huge time saver. There is even a faster coloring trick, like if I want to change the flower colors quickly, but I want to make it faster than the continue filling, here's the trick. Select your new color first, and then go to the flower layer, tap it, and then tap alpha lock. Then tap the layer again, and this time choose fill layer. It's very fast, it's very efficient. The important thing to remember is that without alpha lock, fill layer colors the entire layer, so this step is crucial. Or you want to make something transparent like my glass here, just tap the layer and lower the opacity at the bottom. Some shortcuts are really amazing and speed up your workflow a lot, and one of my favorite is copy and paste through the quick menu. Swipe down with 3 fingers for the quick menu and tap copy, and then swipe down again and tap paste. Now I just drag it to the right and complete the look. And I quickly pinch down my layers to make it one. Alright, it's done, but there's another really fun tool for playing with colors, so go to the magic wand icon and choose hue, saturation and brightness, and you can use this to test different color combinations in seconds. Alright, you finish your drawing and you want to save your file. To do that, tap the wrench icon and share. Pick your format, I choose JPEG, but if you want a transparent background, toggle the background off and export as PNG. Another useful tip here, Procreate automatically records a time-lapse video of your drawing. If you go to Actions, Video, Export Time-lapse to choose full length or 30-second quick version. Or just tap Time-lapse Replay to watch it inside the app. Finally, if you're a freelancer, you already know time management is really important, so to track your time, go to Canvas, Canvas Information and Statistics. But keep in mind, it counts all the time the app is open, even if you're just sipping your tea. You can also learn about how many strokes made here. I think it's a fun feature to know. And that's it, you just learned all the essential Procreate basics while drawing a fun dog portrait. If you want to level up and create full illustrations with me, check out my Skillshare class. I will teach you more about drawing in Procreate, and you will get your first 2 months of Skillshare free with the link below. So it's the perfect time to join, and I will see you in the next one.